All right, Sean Zattel, FightHype.com here with the man, the head of CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerbe. Leonard, we got the champ, Gervonta Davis, in the gym today. Just what are your thoughts on this fight with Leo Santa Cruz, October 24th on Showtime pay-per-view?
Big ass pay-per-view, it's huge. You got Leo Santa Cruz, 4-time world champion, and he's taking on the most exciting fighter in the entire sport. This is what the fans want to see. It's a tremendous, tremendous fight, and this is something that the fans will gravitate to all around the world.
Hey Leonard, when you got a guy like Santa Cruz who can throw up to 100 punches around, put the pressure on for 12 rounds, what do you think is the best way for Gervonta Davis to deal with that?
Well, Tank just has to get in the best shape of his life, and that's what he's doing right now as we speak in that next room. He knows the task at hand. I told him do not fall for the okie doke with some of the fans are saying, and some of the media that they overlooking Leo. Saying, how the fuck you overlook a 4-time world champion? Leo Santa Cruz is the real deal, and again, Leo does certain things really, really well, and that's what Tank's focus is going to be able to do, to take those kind of things away from him. It's a tough fight. It's a tough fight. By no means will this be an easy fight for Tank. What Leo brings is lots and lots of experience, and he's the most experienced fighter that Tank has faced to this point.
What does that do for a guy? Even if you're fighting someone who's more talented, faster, what is experience? How's that really play a role in a fight like this?
Well, he's been in big fights. He's fought former world champions. He's fought world champions. And that's the reason why he's a 4-time world champion. And again, this is a fight that I know for a fact that he's been begging Al for quite some time. So, me and Al, we talk, several times a day, and this is a fight that Leo has been wanting for quite some time. And it was very easy to make the fight. And again, I think it's a great fight for the fans.
And also Leo's actually beaten everybody he's ever fought. He lost that fight to Frampton, but he won the rematch. So kind of like Lennox Lewis, he beat everybody he's ever fought. And
he's looking to put that first L on Tank's record. And I definitely don't see that happening. But I know that what we're faced against. I know that what Tank is up against, and Tank is going to have to be at his best on October 24th to deal with Leo Santa Cruz. And if he is not at his best, then he's probably going to take his first L.
Yeah, you mentioned the kind of shape he has to be in. Does he have to be in better shape than the Gamboa fight?
He has to be in the best shape of his life, period. No way around it. He has to be in the best shape of his life, and that's what his intention is, and he's working very hard to do that, and he's going to be prepared. He's ready for the task at hand, and I'm just excited.
Well, because some people look at the fight and they feel like Leo's best chance is if Tank gets tired in the second half of the fight, and Leo's just able to just overwhelm him with a bunch of punches. Is that?
No, that's a dumbass reason to think that you're going to win a fight to bank on somebody getting tired. No, Leo Santa Cruz is a hell of a fighter, and he has tons of experience. He's the most experienced fighter Tank has fought to this point, and he will be the best fighter that Tank has fought to this point.
Well, it's interesting because when I asked Sean Porter about this fight too, he had the same reaction you did to the same question. It was almost like an anger, like with people on the outside. It's like, what are you talking about, Santa Cruz?
Well, that's just people just get caught up in the hype. And see, that's one thing that we don't do around here is we don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. You have to prepare, and he has to be in the best shape of his life. There's no way around that. If he remotely thinks he can cut a corner and gonna come in and just overlook this guy and just hit him with two shots and he's gonna be out of there, that's not happening. That's not happening with Leo Santa Cruz.
Is there any chance going to 130 pounds could take something out of Tank, or?
No, not at all. Not at all. See, people making a big deal out of he missed the mark in his last. That was Tank's first fight at 35. There were some issues coming into the fight that I'm not gonna go into. And again, he sucked it up and he went out there and did what he needed to do. Prior to that, Tank's been fighting at 30. And you go back and look at the fight before that, and you see he came under the weight limit. So he's not gonna have no problem with it.
I asked that too because seems like sometimes when fighters try to come back down in weight, that's when it weakens them or something. But
in a lot of cases, that is true. It's all about how you make the weight. It's all about how you make the weight, and he's right on track to do the things he needs to do. He has everything in camp that he needs to have to give him the best chance to go out there and do his thing.
Do you see him like meeting Leo head on, or do you think he's going to be the counter puncher and try to box in this fight?
I just think it's going to be a great fight. I don't want to give away what the game plan is, but I know it's going to be a great fight because they have two different styles, and this is a fight again. Leo is coming in this fight with a tremendous amount of confidence. Here it is. Tank is the most dangerous fighter in both of those weight classes. The most dangerous fighter that's out there. And he's well aware of that. And he welcomes that challenge, and we're going to see what's going to happen on October 24th.
What do you think of Santa Cruz's defense?
He's solid. He's solid. He can be hit. He can be hit. And he knows that he's what he's up against. Tank's the most devastating puncher in both of the weight classes. So he knows that he can't afford to take no clean shots. But, I know, I've been knowing Leo for a while. He's one of the nicest guys that you'll ever meet, but he's a very smart fighter, too. Again, this is a fight that he's been wanting. He's running to the comp. He's running to the comp.
He's calling out and saying, I want to fight.
Yeah. And he's been saying that for quite some time. And it just actually kind of surprised me because I'm like, damn. He moved up to the weight, but prior to taking his last fight, he had his mind all along on fighting Tank. That's the fight that he wants because he says that nobody's giving him a chance to upset Tank. And he wants to be able to go in there and be the first person to do it.
If you had to guess, what is it? Why do you think Leo wants to fight? Do you think he sees something in his mind?
He definitely
just wants the money? Or
No.
Yeah.
Let me clear that. One thing about Leo Santa Cruz is that he is definitely not hurting for no cash. He's made a shitload of money. He don't spend money like some people do. And again, it's all about the competition and where he wants to challenge himself. And he thinks he can beat Tank. Flat out, he thinks he can beat Tank.
You think if it just comes down to who's the dog, because they're both, I imagine, dog. Do you think your guy got?
Well, there are a lot of intangibles.
Right.
There are a lot of intangibles that go into a fight. And again, I'm confident that Tank's gonna win. That's how I feel. But I don't have to get my ass up in there either. You know what I'm saying? So Tank's the one that got to deal with him. I know Leo Santa Cruz is gonna be in the best shape of his life. And again, this is a fight that he feels very confident about. And Tanks feels very confident also. So you got two confident guys that's gonna go in there and get the fans a great fight.
You've made it clear right now. Tank's gonna win the fight in your mind, right?
No, definitely. That's in my mind that I definitely 100% feel as though Tank gonna win the fight. But again, I don't have to get in there and take no punches or throw no punches. Again, Leo Santa Cruz, he has a different kind of mindset. And again, I know for a fact that he's been begging Al for this fight for quite some time.
What do you think of the?
He's not sitting back making a phone call he's not making the phone calls to his guy to take an ass whooping. Right. He don't get down like that.
No. Well,
and again he ain't taking no fight, because he hurting for cash.
What's the chance for him to become one of them legendary Mexican fighters?
Oh, there's no doubt. And that's what he wants. That's exactly what he wants to do. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what he wants to do. And again, Tank got his hands full. Tank got his hands full, and he knows what he's got to do. He's got to be at his best to be able to beat Santa Cruz.
In the ring, what do you think about the size? There's going to be a lot of people talking because Santa Cruz started 118, but he's also 2 inches taller. He's also 2 inches.
Don't mean to cut you off. That size shit, throw that shit out the window.
Okay.
Yeah. What he don't have in size, he makes up for in experience.
He's taller too, though.
What he don't have in size, he makes up for in experience.
Right. And just to close, it's just interesting to me because certainly, Tank's the stronger guy, but height counts for something too, doesn't it? And having longer arms and having more height.
Most definitely. And again, he does certain things really, really well.
Right.
He does certain things really well. Tank just has to be able to nullify that and be able to do his thing.
You know, ultimately, Leonard, no one's gone the distance with Tank since he's become a world champion. Will this fight be any different from that?
Well, I don't want to speculate on how I just think at the end of the night, Tank will have his hand raised. Okay. That's the way I see the fight playing out.
What do you think when people compare Tank to Mike Tyson?
That's a hell of a compliment. Mike Tyson accomplished a lot in his legendary career. I mean, Mike was that dude. I can recall, you know, many years ago, you know, coming out here, going to Tyson fights with Roger. You know, Mike used to bring him out. He used to bring him out. He was the most exciting fighter during his time. He knocked everybody out.
Do you think they're similar at all?
Well, the styles are very similar. You know, certain things didn't go well in Mike's career. Mm-hmm. You know, and it was more so the outside stuff. You know, and fortunately for Tank, he has the best team in boxing.
Is it the way they rip them uppercuts and them body shot? Is that you think what people are seeing with Tank and Tyson?
Vicious.
Is that what they're seeing?
But see, the thing is, Tank's a hell of a boxer too.
Right.
See, that's something that he hadn't had to come to pull out of his toolbox. You know, Tank's a hell of a boxer.
He could fight going backwards.
Tank can box his ass off. He just hadn't had the opportunity to do that.
You think Santa Cruz?
And listen, we don't have to go in your bag.
You don't have to. That's that.
You get it done the quickest and easiest way possible. Because at the end of the day, it's the same result.
But do you think Santa Cruz brings the best out of Tank and makes him
most
show it?
Definitely,
Yeah.
Because again, Leo Santa Cruz is the best fighter that Tank has fought. Will have fought. It's no doubt.
And when the guy's coming forward, that kind of gives you your opportunity to shoot your best. I mean, they're on your ass.
I expect to see him switch some things up and to do some things. He sees something in that fight that makes him smile. And that's the reason why he wanted to fight.
And Leo actually, he boxed to win that rematch with Frampton, right? So maybe it won't just be...
Again, whatever his game plan is, I know he'll be in the best shape of his life, and he's coming. He's coming to beat Tank.